know, you watch South Park, right?
Sometimes.
But like bigger, longer, and uncircumcised.
The movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, instead of Kyle's mom, I think it's Arthur Smith. Arthur Smith, big fat bitch, the biggest bitch in the whole wide world. Stupid bitch, the fattest bitch, the bitch. Welcome to another episode of Fantasy Shot Callers Live. I'm your host, Chef Dunna, in the house, and also in the house, the Dynasty Don JT. How are we doing today?
Great. I don't know where I'm looking, but this is another episode not brought to you by Celsius. There we go. Boom!
The nectar of the gods has awoken once again.
Fuck them gods.
Fuck them. Like a choo-choo train. All right, so obviously, first and foremost, on this segment episode thing, we will be talking about the biggest segment of them all, the Arthur Smith segment. And obviously, we can start off with saying that I started Bijan Robinson over every single person ever.
He was my 102 coming into the season, so fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy.
He's probably going to lose his job.
Probably. Hopefully. That's what I'm. If he doesn't lose his job, I will be making a petition, and we do need signatures, at least over 50. So who'd you start this week that you noticeably regret?
Dak Prescott.
Yeah, oh man. Luckily, the one Dynasty League, I have him that I'm in the playoffs, and I had a bye week, so.
Yeah, I had a bye week too. I think all the leagues that I had Dak, I had a bye week. So actually, I think there was one, but I fucking lost by like 100, so it didn't matter. I was like, nah.
Dude, so imagine this team, right? Trevor Lawrence, Bijan Robinson, Breece Hall, Cortland Sutton, DK Metcalf, Evan Ingram, right? Falcons defense going against the Carolina Panthers, and Puka Nacua. Guess how many points they got?
88.
No. 68 fucking points.
Oh, well, one of the answers was right. One of the numbers was right.
God.
Yeah.
It's absolutely horrid. Horrible, horrid things. And yeah, so Arthur Smith, thank you for ruining my week on Sunday. It was a great week until Sunday, and then I just had to go to the gym and not watch football.
I blame Desmond Ridder more. Fuck you. Could have not thrown that interception. That would have been fucking phenomenal. But, let's throw the ball when all we have to do is run the ball.
Yeah.
And we have fucking Bijan Robinson. Isn't it amazing that, like, Kyle Pitts, he'll score a touchdown, and then they're just like, okay, that's it. We're not going to no, it's not. It's not hard enough.
We're not there yet.
It's not hard enough.
Yeah.
No.
We're not ready to let you be good.
I don't even know if he's a top 10 dynasty tight end until they get rid of Arthur Smith.
I don't think so. Gay shit. That's what we're doing.
Whoa! This is a family-friendly show.
It is fucking not. Definitely not. Since when? Since when has this been a family-friendly show?
We'll do whatever for the clicks.
Yeah. Click. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Do it now.
Yeah.
Thanks. What's up, Jared? How we doing? How we feeling? How we living?
Fuck you, Jared. Trade me somebody, please.
Yeah, me too.
Nah, fuck you.
Me. It's all about me. It is all about me. Didn't you know that by now?
Yeah. Oh, wow. I get to see behind the camera now. This is amazing.
It's amazing. Jared's in 5 semis.
Really?
Yeah. I'm in 2.
Nice. I think I made it 50%. 50% of semis, which is okay. Yeah. I think I'm like 100 games above 500 to finish the season. So, I hope people have been listening to me on certain things and not on the things that I've been wrong. I mean, I'm trying to think, what was my biggest whiff this year?
Najee.
Yeah. Yeah, Najee's a fair whiff.
I was right there with you.
Rookie tight ends, bad year for us to be like, don't go rookie tight end.
Yeah, really fucking bad year for that.
This is an anomaly. I think Josh Allen not being the 101 might be my biggest whiff. Although I feel justified. I just said Hurts was going to be the 101. He's the 102. So I was way off.
Well, no, that was going to say like that was a good call, but I'm pretty sure. So Jared is saying your biggest whiff was talking up Waller.
Oh, that's not my. I never talked up Waller.
I know, me neither. Me neither. I traded him.
That's your boy, but I don't remember you. No, that's your boy because of the other shit. But Waller's not. I didn't like it from the start.
No, this is one thing after the next.
I just don't like I didn't like the Giants. Fuck, that's Celsius. All right, for half this episode, I'm gonna have to fucking pee.
Sick. That's literally my life.
Yeah.
Fat burners and peeing. Is
there a correlation?
I think so.
Oh fuck.
And so we're talking people who you started that really whiffed for you. And obviously we covered Bijan already. And let's see, who else? Who else we got here? What's up, Bryce? How we doing? How we feeling? How we living? Please ask any question you want. Yes.
Fucking Kelsey. Fucking shit the fucking head.
Any question you want, bro.
Say Flowers.
Smash that like, smash that subscribe. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, fucking cock.
What, is Jordan Addison the wide receiver 1 for rookie wide receivers?
I don't know. I think J. Jeff was just kind of hurt.
But he didn't really produce when J. Jeff was injured.
He had some spike weeks. Addison's just kind of like Jekyll and Hyde a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I just, like we said, like we've been saying, and that's probably something we're going to say a lot, like we've been saying. But it's just O'Connell's offense is just so wide receiver friendly. And they don't have a dominant running back like Dalvin Cook anymore. That you don't really care about Jefferson because they're going to throw the ball 600 plus times. And as long as it's not Josh Dobbs fucking glass slipper breaking in half, you saw Nick Mullins able to like, oh shit, one read, get it to the fucking open guy. Not, oh shit, let me dance around, try to hit the edge. Mm-hmm. And like, here's the thing about, I think it's like a golden age for defensive coordinators right now because, in a couple weeks, they have enough film and they just digest it and they set up defenses to just cut off what you're good at. And what we saw with Dobbs, what made him so fantasy valuable was he could stand he had good pocket mobility, and then there was no one keeping contain on the edge because they just underestimated his athleticism, and he would just break off to the right and either improvise, hit someone downfield, or he'd pick up a first down. As soon as he got to Minnesota, and after a couple weeks they cut that shit off, he sucks because he tries to hit that edge and there's a DN waiting right there like, bitch, gotcha.
Yeah, they literally take the DN from the lineman and just put him.
Yeah.
Line him up.
Just line him line him up out wide, and there's nothing he can fucking do.
It's it'll be called the backup containment.
Yeah.
The backup quarterback containment.
I mean, is there a bigger season where having a top 10 QB is more valuable? Because every quarterback's just died.
This was literally the year to draft a quarterback.
Yeah, right.
God damn, except for Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, Mahomes is. I mean, he's got no pass catchers. He's fucking
but I mean, if you've been listening, like we've said this whole time, is that Patrick Mahomes is 1 year off and 1 year on, and this was the off year because he was a savage in fantasy last year. So next year, you may want to think about drafting him.
I mean, if he loses Kelsey, I don't know, man. I might just fucking just spontaneously combust.
Bryce faces CMC, Amon-Ra, AJ, and Rashad White.
I mean, it's not the end of. I mean, CMC doesn't have he doesn't have a great matchup. He's got Baltimore, and Baltimore's kind of
shutting down everything.
Outside of the Rams matchup, which I guess similar offenses there with McVay and Shanahan, so you kind of have somewhat of a concern there. But the Rams didn't really beat them on the ground; they beat them through the air.
Yeah.
So that game is in San Francisco. CMC's been probably the most valuable fantasy guy this year outside of maybe Tyreek. And I would probably say CMC over Tyreek just because of positional scarcity. I mean,
and the fact that RB2's been healthy all year and Tyreek has missed 2 crucial weeks.
Yeah, I mean, RB2 is fucking Mostert. So that's the biggest schism. I mean,
fucking stupid.
Amon-Ra has Minnesota, I think, and Flores has been really good lately. Mm-hmm. So you got to hope there.
Like another thing we talked about.
Yeah. I'm assuming AJ Brown, and they've kind of shifted towards Devontae. So it was interesting to watch. Like, he took the dark visor off, and it felt like, I don't know if it's like subconsciously, but you know how like pitchers tip pitches? It felt like he was tipping his routes against Seattle, and they were able to just kind of like see where, kind of jump his routes more often than typical for him. That was kind of weird to see, and like he didn't have the dark visor on, so I don't know if that had any effect with it. We kind of saw that with like LaDainian Tomlinson back in the day. Like, if you look at LaDainian's stats without the dark visor, it's like not good. They're like, oh, you're gonna run to this hole, we're just gonna stop you.
It's like just looking in one, like you're lined up here and you're just looking to the left, like, yeah, I'm gonna go there.
Who does Tampa have this week? White's just been,
he's RB4 on the year.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's more of how weak running backs been than, I mean, he's had some good weeks. Like, let's not take it away from him. He's having a good year, but I think that's more of a product of weak year. He's got Jacksonville. It's not a scare moment. I mean, Jacksonville hasn't been that great, but I'd imagine if I was Jacksonville, I'm probably going to sell out to stop the run and double cover Mike Evans there and see if they keep going to Godwin there. Interesting. Who do you have going, Bryce?
Throw it in the chat. Hit us with them questions.
It feels daunting, but every team that you're going to see at this point is going to be good. It's going to be good. Every team you're going to see right now is going to be good. So it only takes one hamstring to change things. So just like, wow.
It really does. Alrighty. Moving on to our next segment, we have got the rags to riches tight end story. So these are tight ends that were not very much sought out, but have come on, especially as of late. And obviously, I think we got to start with the biggest elephant in the room, be Sam Laporta.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's definitely he's an absolute monster. And, you know, playing revisionist history, if you look back at it, you know, that was pretty high draft capital for him being the 35th pick. And then he goes to a team whose head coach was a tight end in the league. And in an offense that, you know, historically, you know, a McVay type of Shanahan type of offense there where, you know, Goff, they siphon targets to the tight end. And I just think, you know, the Iowa thing, you know, we're just used to, I think all the key indicators were there. We just kind of got stuck on, he's a rookie tight end. We'll wait a year. We'll see him next year. Yeah. I think he, you know, if we were to do a redraft of the rookie draft right now, especially in tight end premium, he might be like the 4th or 5th pick. Yeah. And you might even, I would still take Bijan over him, but you might be able to argue you in a tight end, like in a 1-point tight end premium, you might take him ahead of Bijan, which feels kind of crazy to say.
Well, he's been amazing with how Bijan has played out with Arthur Smith.
Yeah. And that's with knowing Arthur Smith. He's probably not going to be there next year, barring them making the playoffs here.
So let's get to Bryce real quick. So he needs high ceiling players. I got between Adams, Ayuk, Amari, Aaron Jones, TJ, Monty, Hubbard, and Kenneth. Whoa.
I mean, you got so. I don't know how you could trust Aaron Jones here, so you could probably cross him off there. You got a lot of guys there. Hubbard's a volume play where you got to hope he gets into the end zone. I don't know who Carolina plays this week.
They play a team I think they can beat.
Yeah,
they don't play a good team.
I I think you got to roll Devontae. I mean, they seem to be making a conscious choice to say, we're fucking throwing it.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to throw it in. They're playing Kansas City. McDuffie's nice. Snead's nice, but I don't think either of them really stopped me from saying, well, I'm starting Devontae.
Mm-hmm. Panthers are playing the Packers.
At home.
Mm-hmm.
Green Bay's, that seems like Chuba's going to get 25 carries. You're hoping he gets into the end zone there. Cooper, is revitalized with Flacco, man.
Yeah.
So Flacco's been doing well. It's almost like the Jets should have never let that motherfucker go. Like,
Jets season is over. We don't need to talk about them anymore.
What the fucking hell? This guy was just out there.
Yeah.
If we have Joe Flacco, I think the Jets are a playoff team right now.
I don't know. It's another year.
Another victory lap moment for me in saying being the resident Achilles guy. No shot Aaron Rodgers plays this year. Ayuk's fun. I mean, look, they're going to have to throw the ball, and I think Baltimore's going to probably make a conscious effort to cut off Debo. I just roll the dogs that got me there. Walker has a fairly... So depending on who's healthy on Seattle's line, they face Tennessee on the road. He looked pretty good against Philly.
Kenneth?
Yeah, he looked good against Philly, and Philly has a better D-line.
Yeah, well, and with Drew Lock behind center, I feel like they're going to run the ball a little more.
I don't think it's going to be Lock. I think Geno's back.
Geno's back?
Yeah,
okay.
He almost was back for this game. I have to imagine that he might be back, unless Pete just loves Drew Lock. Pete just loves whoever's at quarterback that week. He's just like, yeah, this is way better. Let's fucking go with this guy.
Yeah, and I think Monty is a good play. I don't think they'll be chasing points with the Vikings. I think Monty will help slow the pace of the game down.
They could use him there to protect Goff there. I don't think you want Goff throwing the ball 40 times against Florida. Just what Minnesota's defense, since like week 4 or 5 has been top 5.
Well,
top
then
3.
also for your own sake of being, you can root for Monty and against Amon-Ra. You know what I mean? Because he has Amon-Ra, you have Monty. You're like, all right, come on, run the fucking ball. Just run it. You can yell at the TV that way. That's at least how I do it.
I have to imagine Flores is going to key in on Amon-Ra and try to take him away. So try to force Detroit to beat them with somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see how that rocks.
Let's see. So, I mean, Dalton Kincaid has had an okay season. He's been banged up a little bit. He started behind Dawson Knox at first.
Mm-hmm.
But he has played well in certain aspects. Let's see. I mean, tight end is so scarce. It's kind of tough to say.
Kincaid was kind of like the back of the first round kind of guy. I'm willing to give him kind of a pass just from the standpoint of mid-season OC change. Now Buffalo's going to more of a run-heavy approach. But run-heavy approaches are good for tight ends where that sets up play action. That sets them up the seam. That sets them off of a leak or a corner. I think Kincaid's I still think he's outproduced what we thought rookie tight ends would give, but he's still in a good spot. He's still, I think he's still someone you target in next year's redraft in dynasty leagues. Probably not ahead of, I have Laporta and Hawkinson probably ahead of Kelsey now in dynasty.
Oh, Trey McBride. Rags to riches.
Yeah.
Trey McBride.
I mean, he had high draft capital last year. Kind of a lost season there. Kingsbury doesn't use tight ends. So it was kind of a curious pick that a lot of people were like, oh, is he going to start utilizing a tight end now? But what worked out was, oh, hey, bud. So what worked out there was, the change where we got there. Coaching change there with Gannon coming over, bringing over Drew Petzing, someone who was on Stefanski's staff, Philly ties. Both those teams utilize the tight end they both utilize the tight end. So not surprising to see the spike there. And also with a smaller QB, if you look historically with QBs that are on the smaller stature, tight ends are their best friend. Why? Because they're typically the biggest target they have. And if you have a hot route, you got a DN screening up, you're going to your biggest guy. So I think McBride's definitely got staying power. And, yeah, good shout there.
Also, like we talked about, or at least I said many a times, follow the money, especially with tight ends. And who got paid this year? Cole Kmet, and he's a top 10 tight end. So you should have drafted him in the 11th round.
Yeah, I think Ingram's been solid too.
Yeah, but he wasn't really rags to riches.
No, not really. I mean, he was late round guy, 7th, 8th, 9th round kind of guy, but I think he's got more staying power in Dynasty moving forward.
Jake Ferguson.
Yeah, no, I mean, a lot of guys had him targeted. He's still kind of boomer bust a little bit, but yeah, with how Dak's playing, man, I mean, Dak at an MVP level, it's no shock to see his tight end producing value. I think it's interesting. Can we name 10 tight ends we would take over Pitts?
Yeah.
Laporta. Laporta's probably tight end 1. Him or Hawkinson. I think they're both even for me.
All right, so Laporta, Hawkinson,
Kelsey. Even if he fucking retires, I'd still roll Kelsey.
Oh, so you're talking next year?
Yeah, I'm talking next year, going into next year.
Ingram,
Kincaid,
McBride. That's 6.
Yeah, Kittle.
I
mean, that's self-explanatory.
Mark Andrews.
Yeah, even with the injury, I'm kind of scared about that injury.
Really?
Yeah, I'm scared about that injury. Yeah, I don't know who else, but I'm gonna go piss. Be right back.
Okay.
BRBs.
Okay, what do I do?
Talk about.
What do I do?
Talk about how much you hate Arthur Smith.
Oh, that's too hard. I've already done that too much. Also, though, tight ends wise, I would look at David Njoku before Kyle Pitts, and also even Pat Freiermuth, to be honest, going into next year. And Cole Kmet too. So yeah, I think we can name 10 tight ends we would take before Kyle Pitts. Let me just get a little centered here. All right, so I guess we can move on to the next segment. Let's see. What do we got? What are we doing here? I guess we can do a little.
Did we get 10 tight ends?
Yeah.
Who were the last 2?
Kmet.
Oh yeah, Kmet.
And then
Goddard.
Oh, I didn't even. No, not even Goddard. It was Freiermuth.
Nah, I don't think I'm going
over Pitts.
No. Nah, I'd go Pitts over Freiermuth, but Goddard, Goddard's probably the line of demarcation for me. I mean, what does Freiermuth has picking? I think Pitts is probably tight end 10. I'm struggling.
Dalton Schultz.
Yeah, it's fair, but he's on a 1-year deal, so Houston would have to re-sign him.
Do they really like Brevin Jordan that much?
I don't know. I don't pretend to know what Houston's doing.
I don't think any of us do. All right, let's move on to a little
Hunter Henry over Kyle Pitts moving forward.
Yes, Week 16 Thursday night preview. We've got the Los Angeles Rams and the New Orleans Saints.
Rams are at home, right? Pretty sure the Rams are. I think the Rams are gonna. I think this is probably a -6. It should be a -6.5 spread for the Rams. Rams are playing really well right now. They're clicking on all cylinders. We could see how good Stafford is. I think this is like a referendum on how the market sees Matt Stafford. And the Saints defensively seem a step slower than years past. They got to travel cross country on a short week. I I think the Rams have more weapons. You got New Orleans banged up. I guess Olave plays.
Yeah, he said he's expected to play.
Because I'd imagine you held him out on Sunday in a game that you thought you could win in an effort to have him ready for Thursday. But still, I think there's...
Taysom Hill back?
He was back, I think, Sunday, but still, I mean...
Oh, but that's right. But he wasn't back because he didn't do anything.
Yeah, I just don't think they have enough there, man. And I think if it's only Olave, I think the Rams have enough schematically with Raheem Morris to cut him off a bit.
Okay.
I think it could be an okay day for Kamara getting some dump-offs there. But I'm just really out on New Orleans. I think that they just aren't a very good team, and this is a playoff game. And based on, the Rams just lit up Baltimore for 30 points. They just, who did they play this week? They lit up somebody, the Rams.
Oh, the Rams?
Washington.
Yeah.
They had Washington. That's kind of like we're going to run through them kind of game. I think Brissett came in and had a couple touchdowns late there.
It fucking pissed me off because they benched Sam Howell and I had to start him because of bitch ass CJ Stroud.
Did they?
Jets fucked me again because they gave CJ Stroud a concussion, and it was this 10-team league. I was in second place and they didn't do the whole bye thing.
Oh no!
And I didn't know that, and so I had to play that week, and I'm like, guys, can we change this next year?
Yeah, right. They benched Howell?
Yeah.
Or was he hurt?
They benched him.
Wow, I can't believe they benched him.
Yeah, because Ron Rivera is going to lose his fucking job.
Yeah, I mean, they're probably going to elevate the enemy there. That probably make the most sense there.
Do you think that was the plan when they hired him?
Yes, unequivocally.
Unequivocally.
I mean, why would you pay? But when you look at coaching economics, why would you pay a guy for 3 years when you don't know what you have? You might fire him anyway. It doesn't make any sense. So you let Ron Rivera kind of be a lame duck there. Also, yeah, I mean, probably like on a much smaller scale. You don't want to come in as the new owner and you fire the guy that just beat cancer. That probably isn't a good look.
It's been like 3-4 years.
No, I think he had it. He had it recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think he beat it last year. Anyways.
Yeah, I guess that's a good job, Magic Irving Johnson.
Yeah, right.
But I want to talk about one thing, though, for Dynasty next year. I think people aren't talking about him enough. And my man Kyron Williams is like, what, 23?
Oh, yeah.
And, like, did he go in the second round, Superflex?
Next year?
Yeah. Startups?
Oof. It's not inconceivable. I think a lot hinges on is McVay coming back. That's going to be a big
Stafford's still under contract, right?
Yeah, I think Stafford has enough money attached that it's hard to see him retiring.
And Kyron Williams still does well without Matt Stafford.
Yeah, no, I think it all depends on coaching there. If it's McVay, I still probably struggle just based on where running back is as a whole. I don't think there's many running backs that I'm taking in the second round next year. And that's not a Kyron thing. Kyron's probably the biggest riser. He went from undrafted in some leagues to now he's going to be a top third round. I don't think he makes it past the third round. I mean, in redraft, he might be a first round pick.
Are you taking? Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, in redraft, he might be a first rounder. So his volume has been amazing.
And we're taking Kyron over Puka, right?
I don't know. There's just too much. There's too much that can happen in 8 months.
I asked the tough questions.
In 8 months, I can't. If you put a gun to my head, I think Kyron's role is probably
pew pew.
I think Kyron's role is probably a little safer to project, given that I don't think the Rams are going to spend at running back. I'd be shocked with their limited draft capital that they hit that with anyone that would be a credible threat. I think Puka's more McVay dependent than Kyron is, if that makes sense. Everybody left us. I guess they don't. I guess they don't like us next to each other.
I don't know. There's 2 people here.
Ask us your questions.
Ask us questions if you want to. Oh, Jared's back.
Jared,
man. Did you read? He's back. And he's back.
All right. Yeah, but as far as Thursday night, man, I think Stafford's probably good for like 250, 2 touchdowns. And, you know, I hope you guys listened to us where I said Cooper Kupp, have faith. He's back.
He really is. That whole Rams offense. I mean, Matt Stafford is a league winner right now.
I mean, I just think Kupp, it was just a matter of getting healthy.
Kyler, 4-point touchdowns.
Who does Arizona play?
Arizona plays.
I don't care. I'm going Kyler. I can't conceivably go with Carr there. I think the Rams defense is better than we thought. And I think a lot of that is a product of
the Bears.
Ooh, that's tough. In Chicago.
How cold is it going to be on Christmas Eve?
I still probably lean Kyler there.
Yeah, but Call of Duty, I think, has like some crazy thing going on.
Yeah, well, Derek Carr is more liable to get knocked the fuck out by Aaron Donald.
That's true.
Having Geno Smith. Oh, God. Oh, my God. No, that's got to be in Geno's. He's had to have a nightmare of that this year where Aaron Donald coming on a... Oh, my God. I mean, I would shit my pants. I go Kyler just from the standpoint of I don't like Carr versus the Rams defense. I think the Rams defense gets protected a lot more by their offense being at full strength. I think the Rams should win that one rather handedly, and I think Arizona. I know Chicago's kind of playing spirited. They're playing inspired ball for Eberflus, but I think Arizona's got a better coaching staff, and I think Kyler is better than Fields right now. Yeah,
and I mean, I'm going not Fields. I'm going Kyler because I need him to win in books.
I'm going Kyler. Just he can run.
Yeah,
he can run 4-point. That makes a big difference.
He's a cute little guy. Just run like a little toddler.
That's just. I think his rushing potential will win out over Carr. I just the worst thing that I would feel is I start Derek Carr and he gives me 12 points.
Yeah.
Like if he goes out there and he lights up the Rams, I'll be like, all right, who the fuck saw that coming? Like,
he can't even get points in garbage time.
Dude, he looks cooked.
The goose has been gandered.
He looks cooked. Derek Carr gives me serious Matt Ryan vibes from last year.
That's
wow. It looks like
bad.
It looks like but he looks scared in the pocket. And we were a lot of people were talking about this last year with Brady, where they're he looks scared to get hit. And once you're scared to get hit as a quarterback, that's the end. If you're not willing to hang in there and take a shot, you're going to have a hard time.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Let's move on to not that. We're going to move on to this.
Put the gun down.
I saw you with the box. What was in the box?
Because I envy your normal life.
Put the gun down, David.
It seems that envy is my sin.
No, what's in the box?
Give me the
what's
gun.
in the fucking box?
Give me the gun.
What's in the Box is a segment that we talk about the players that you should sell for the bag. And these are highly touted players, and you're selling on the upswing, on the upside, on the up of everything. Who's number one?
Jordan Love. I think he's 10th overall.
Jeez.
Yeah. I think he's due for regression. But Goff is another guy for me where it's that's someone I'm probably looking to sell. Howell might be hard to sell him. I'm just banking on a lot of quarterbacks coming back healthy. So I think that there's a lot of guys this year where, like, if they ended up in, QB 8 to 15, I think a lot of those guys are going to fall to like QB 18 to 30 next year. You'll have Rodgers coming back. You'll have Stafford for a whole year. There's just going to be a lot of guys coming back that I think a lot of these guys are going to fall. Love isn't a must sell, but Goff to me is like, that's a guy I'm looking to offload.
Yeah, especially with Ben Johnson not coming back next year.
More that feels like a given that he'll probably take a head coach job. I think Howell's definitely a guy that yeah. The other guy is probably Russ. This is probably your last chance to kind of get off the Russ train. Not mandatory. Baker. But I don't know. I think Tampa's going to keep Baker if they make the playoffs. It's hard to see that them getting rid of him. But the reason I would probably advocate for getting rid of Baker is they didn't re-sign Mike Evans. And he's going to be a free agent at the end of the year. And I don't know if they can franchise him. I assume that.
Again?
I don't think they franchised him this year, but I assume that they can. So, but would he play on a franchise? Probably not. He's got enough money that he could wait that out. Mostert is a hard sell. I mean, his age is going to turn people off. So you're probably. I mean, I'd be shocked if you could get something like the 204 or 205 for him. But I would try.
But also if the team is contending and like you can trade them to that contending team that say had Zach Moss until now and or had who else got injured last week? Pittman.
Concussion. He might make it back. Let's see what he said. Limited. He's limited.
So just try to sell Mostert to someone that is contending and has an old team. Because if they're contending and have a geriatric team, you just add another one to them and they'll probably sell you your second and they'll probably orphan the team after.
I think Geno is probably someone I'm trying to like. I don't think Geno's going to be their starter next year.
They're going to draft a quarterback?
I think they either draft a guy or they pick up somebody else.
Where do you think Jaden Daniels is going to go? He's going to get Devontae Smith for sure, and fall in the draft. Didn't Devontae fall out of the top 10?
Devontae Smith fell to I think 11th.
Yeah.
I don't think Jaden. I mean, my personal assessment is he's probably a late first, early second round kind of profile for me. I kind of I don't think he's not Caleb Williams and he's not Drake May, but he does kind of have that kind of. I wouldn't be surprised if he kills the workouts, kills the interviews, and then all of a sudden he's got top 10 capital. But I think that'd probably be shocking for me at this point.
You think Steelers draft a quarterback?
They should, but they won't. I don't think Pickett is it. I think he sucks, to be honest.
You think Jets draft a quarterback?
They won't. They're going to roll with Rodgers. And I think that's probably the best move for them. They have so many other needs.
They don't need an offensive line. They proved that they can play a football game without.
Yeah, I think O-line's probably where they go. That's probably where they're slotted right now. They could probably get the top 3 picks are probably going to be, the 2 quarterbacks and then Marvin Harrison. So that kind of puts the Jets kind of in that they could kind of pick their litter at offensive tackle, and that's probably what they need the most. I'm interested to see if Douglas survives this. I don't think he should. I think Saleh should. I think Saleh's been. I mean, what else do you want from the guy? They have the number 1 rated defense.
Yeah.
I don't see how this is Saleh's fault. But again, we don't know what's going on in that building. But I really, and we talked about this ad nauseum. If Zach Wilson truly was supposed to be a red shirt, why did you not bring in another backup? Why is he the backup? That just made no sense to me. And then this whole flip-flopping thing, like we went to Tim Boyle, you went to Simeon, you
create a spark.
Jesus Christ. There's a reason Tim Boyle.
Yeah.
Guy's job was to be Roger's caddy.
Oh God, I'm gonna have diarrhea again. It's okay. Ma'am, bathroom, bathroom, bathroom.
Oh, that's a big boy, isn't he?
Eat Shit and Die is a segment where we talk about really shitty trades that we got from other people. But I don't know if we have any this week.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we should just do guys that we're not trading or guys that are being targeted right now in Dynasty. I think the one guy that's kind of like in a holding pattern where you can't sell him is Rashee Rice. I don't know how to evaluate him.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of hard to see him being traded. You got someone like Garrett Wilson who's kind of in a holding pattern.
JSN.
Yeah, I mean, every time I'm ready to write him off, and I got into an interesting conversation with somebody. I said I would take Puka over JSN, and now, after that touchdown, I don't know. I don't know if I would take Puka over him. Like talent-wise, I think JSN's probably a little better than Puka, but just their situations, man. Puka's always going to have single coverage, so. Yes, Jared. Jets fumbled this year, not getting Flacco back. Gonna go cry about that.
We already talked about that. That's when you were pooping. When you weren't here and you were pooping.
How do you feel about Jaden Reed? Jaden Reed is someone who I don't know how to evaluate because
he does everything like Jalen Hurts 2022, everything in the first half and nothing in the second.
Well, I feel like he's like what we thought Kadarius Toney was gonna be with he's scoring it feels like that jet sweep that they run to him is
he averages
like a 20
yards.
It's like a 19-yard touchdown every game. So those kind of receivers I don't know how to judge them. I don't know what they're worth. I don't think you could buy him for less than a late one right now. And I don't feel comfortable paying that.
You remember Brad Smith on the Jets?
Yeah.
The quarterback wide receiver guy?
Yeah.
That literally invented the jet sweep?
Kick returner. Yeah. Then you have Calvin Ridley. Ridley's kind of a guy where it's I don't know where to go with him right now. He's also, is he going to get re-signed? You have to assume so. They did pay okay draft capital for him. Pacheco, we kind of see that KC kind of is very reliant on him, and if they lose Kelsey next year, you can imagine his role growing. But yeah, man, we're just kind of in this holding pattern now of what do you do with these guys?
Well, it's easy because some dynasty leagues don't have an unlimited trade deadline, so you can't do anything.
Yeah. Then you have Chris Godwin. Chris Godwin's heating up at the end of the year. He might win some people some leagues.
Oh yeah, me.
But yeah, no, I think right now you're just kind of looking towards next year and trying to target certain guys. You got to look at betting on talent is what I'm doing right now. Someone like George Pickens. If Pittsburgh goes out and gets a quarterback, look out.
Yeah.
I see Pittsburgh. If I'm Pittsburgh, why would they not go for Kirk Cousins? Because with that defense, every year it seems like you just need to score 20 points.
Yeah.
And you'll win 10 games.
Yeah, well, the Jets only need to score 10 points, but,
Yeah, the Jets are a whole different fucking story. I think the biggest question mark for me going into next year is probably Drake London. And then again, it's quarterback.
Depending
the
on
guy's really good. Drake London is really good. If you watch him play, the guy's
depending
open.
what he does with Heineke the rest of the year, I think that will sort out where he is.
I mean, it's just
also,
they just need a quarterback. They just need a quarterback, man. But yeah, that's about where I'm at. There's just certain guys that you probably want to buy. Guys that broke out this year that I'm buying are Puka. I don't know if Achan you can't buy, but that's another guy that I kind of like moving forward. Although I am concerned about his build. I don't think he's ever going to be like a high volume carry guy.
He's going to get smacked around.
I just don't see it. It kind of feels like Tony Pollard-ish to me, but his efficiency is awesome.
Off the fucking Richter scale.
Yeah. Who else we got here?
Cortland Sutton.
I mean, it depends on if he's with Denver. If he's with Denver again, I could buy it. But I don't know where he's going to end up after that. Dude, Justin Jefferson is the 117th ranked player this year.
That's crazy.
Jeez. And he was the runaway 101.
So just remember next year, people, whoever is the 101, don't fucking draft him.
Yeah, just light that pick on fire.
Yeah, just don't draft him. Draft 3 spots down.
Just like, no, I'm going to light this one on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, that was another episode of Fantasy Shot Callers Live. Thank you for tuning in to the living room episode.
Yeah.
We will be back next week, same time, maybe same place. We don't know yet.
Championship week, baby.
Championship, haha. Sound advice from Jared, yes. Haha. Haha.
Haha.
Smash that like, smash that subscribe. Y'all know what it is. Fantasy is life. You know it's a vibe. Peace and love, y'all, and have a very, very Merry Christmas.